Hi, I'm Dr. Carol Francis. One of the aspects I've studied about the amazing soul journey process that we can go through as physical beings and also spiritual beings is the capacity to travel in our spirit without the consciousness or connection to our physical body. These would be true in terms of lucid dreaming, astral projection, remote viewing, shamanic journeying to different levels. It has been such a part of culture as we know it through civilization and all the writings that we can accumulate for ourselves, both spiritual and otherwise, that these type of journeys have been taking place for tens of thousands of years, and we can document that these are actually part of the experience of being human. It's a long time, isn't it? So welcome to, once again, possibly you being able to start your own astral travels, your own soul journey, your own discovery of the Akashic records, your own sense of being able to connect on a spiritual level, even though you're also on a physical level. So astral projection is one of these aspects, and there are wonderful videos and wonderful audio tapes that are available to you, and I have my collection as well. And what you find out is that in astral projection, everybody shifts into the ability to do it progressively in different ways, often based on your philosophy of who you are, 2, your fear level or your confidence or experimental level, and 3, also what is your way of being able to shift in from mind and emotion and body into a wholly and completely spiritual consciousness. And the process of doing that is different for everyone. Therefore, guess what? We get to be creative with the process. Now, astral projection, by definition, is that you have the ability to move outside of your physical body with a full sense of consciousness, almost a sensuality, but it's the sensuality within the non-physical aspect of it, and yet you have this retention of having some sort of sensuality. So you might touch, you might feel, you might interface with on some level, but it feels different than it would be if you were just touching something with your hands, and at the same time, it can also have similarities to it. It may be that we're bringing portions of our physical consciousness, but not our physical body, into the experience of the astral journey. All astral journeys can be quite different. Some of it can be mimicking the physical process, like walking. Some of it you actually do feel this sense of movement through space that can be sluggish, denser, freer, floating, so that you're almost experiencing the environment of the astral plane that you're on in terms of being able to define it on a sensual level, even though you're not within your physical body. That's a little tough to describe, but I think you're getting that. What is so beneficial about astral projections to you as a human being is that you begin to realize that if you can astrally project or move into these other dimensions at will, voluntarily shifting from one place to another, being able to go and visit at different locations, understand and learn from different sorts of sources, that it empowers you beyond what you can believe. No longer can you say to yourself that you are a limited human being, because now you suddenly realize that your resources are even bigger than what your resources are in the physical world. Nowadays, our resources on the physical world are vast. The internet has changed everything along those lines. But they're even vaster when you start going into the astrals. Now, the astral planes, though, let me tell you this, they're all different. They're all different. There are all sorts of ways and places that you can go. Some people have mapped it out and defined it and talk about the different dimensions, the multidimensional aspect of it. Some people talk about the energy aspect. Some people talk about the different types of entities that you can greet, including humanoid entities. Some people talk about being able to go to physical locations like a friend's house, another room, the pyramids, and so you're actually experiencing something that seems to be an earth domain but in an alternate fashion. So there's really a lot. It's vast, and there's such vastness to it that we're not even ready to start mapping it out. Michael Harner of the shamanic world had asked people who had trained shamanically, like I had, to that when you travel shamanically, which is slightly different in style, I'm not so sure it's actually different than the astral projection world, but he began to say, let's map out, because he began to find that across culture, where there had been no communication between the cultures, that the same entities and the same processes were taking place when the shamans of the particular tribal environment would go and travel, including himself. So that you could map out, well, this seems to be something that's revisited over and over and over and over again, which seems to actually be able to be verification of these different non-physical, in this form, domains. And we're not yet there in terms of the astral. And in addition, you have to realize, we're not 100% clear, maybe not even 50% clear, when it's our wonderful imagination that's creating the astral that we're visiting, or if it's a way we narrate a solution or narrate our own power by way of creating a dreamlike space that we get to go explore. The therapeutic benefit of it being a narration or being a projection of our own dreams, imaginations, needs, so forth and so on, is wonderful. And I do a lot of therapy with people that are able to go into these experiences, whether it's through past life regression or the astrals or these locations. However, beyond that aspect of the astral projection, I do believe we can get into the tangible experience of it being a verifiable journey. And at that point, when you begin to recognize that this has passed clearly from being my narrative and my imagination into something that's as real as me talking to you and you listening. And that's when it gets really exciting and completely empowering. I'll talk to you later.